I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. How do you avoid fixing every little thing and just get it out there?
Hey, I got a good comment on that one.
Go for it, Josh.
There's a lot of authors out there, and I know a lot of them that will never finish their book because they get stuck in that exact situation that you're talking about, where it's never good enough and it's never done. And I go to a lot of seminars, and that was years ago, and I can't remember which seminar I was at, but that was one of the key things, is to just get it out there, get it done. You can create revisions after you do it, but if it has to be perfect before it's out, then for sure it'll never ever get done. So that's a huge hiccup that authors specifically, but anybody, I mean, website development, anytime you're looking at your presentation. I'm even somewhat guilty of this, Chris, on this testimonial. I manage my personal brand very, very carefully online, and so I could just whip out. I think I talked to you this morning. I could just whip out my phone and just do a quick testimonial for you, but I wouldn't be happy with that necessarily. I don't know that you guys would be happy with that, and especially with my skill sets, I can do so much better. And so,
we're patient. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I'm guilty of the same things in certain areas. There's certain things that I make sure get done, but in certain areas I'm guilty of the same thing. So there you go.
We all are. That's the beauty of the mastermind. We all can improve, and we all can help each other improve. That's why Napoleon Hill talks about the mastermind so much in Think and Grow Rich and in the Law of Success. Earl Nightingale talks about it a lot too in his courses and his books. And that's why we're here. That's why we do this, because we need to learn and grow from each other, inspire, help each other, and be the best we can be for one another, because that's the beauty of business, and that's the beauty of personal development, is you can learn from every person that is going after something. We may not all be after the same things in life, but we all want to be successful and we all want to achieve. So the fact that we're all chasing our dragon, if you will, and maybe that's bad terminology, but whatever, is good, because what that means is that we're all trying and we're all learning and we're all growing and we're all doing things to make our lives better. So that's how we can learn and grow together, because we're all going to be able to take ideas from each other, strategies, inspiration, and that kind of thing. So I think this is the best part of being in a business with people, is masterminding with everybody that supports what we're doing. So I want to thank each and every one of you for your wisdom, your insight, your experience. It's all beneficial.
And I agree with you. There's an interesting thing I've run into, whereas what would happen, obviously I'm doing testimonials and video work, I memorized them so much that actually I got so good at it, that just memorizing scripts, that I would deliver it to people and they would say, "What's going on here? This looks like you read it off." I'm like, "It's not in front of me." They're like, "Well, you know it too well. You need to make some mistakes, or change it up a little bit, or make it you." I'm thinking, whoa, I thought I was doing the right thing by being real nitpicky. And then most people come back and say, "Hey, a little imperfection makes it perfect." Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Like, if this mastermind was just polished perfect like some videos, I get bored with that. I like to see, okay, a musician I like hits a wrong note. At least they're really into it. And I would rather see someone play a concert, hit wrong notes, than someone who is totally just boring and has to hit every correct note. So a little imperfection, I gotta applaud that.
I think it also keeps people valid. I think that when you're not worried about being so perfect all the time, it keeps you valid, it keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you honest with people. And integrity, if you're a business owner, if you're a person who wants to have lots of success, I would say integrity is probably the most important quality that other people will look for in you. Is, do you really mean what you say? Do you really stand behind your service, your product, your business? Are you really that person that you're personifying and that you're presenting to other people? I think that is absolutely vital.
I got a comment on that.
Chris. I think, I'm sorry, go ahead, Josh.
Go ahead, Josh. We'll do Fran and then we'll go to Josh. Go ahead, Fran.
Do Fran, yeah.
Okay, well, I was just agreeing with you, Chris, that I think a little bit of imperfection makes a humanistic quality to anybody, and it's just not critical to be 100% perfect.
Nope. Because it's not honest. Because nobody's perfect.
And yeah, I think the human quality to any business relationship, the human factor is so great. You know, that it brings a humbleness, integrity, as
Absolutely.
To any business relationship, to any relationship.
Yep.
And to allow that on both sides, you know, to allow for the imperfections and be able to work together is going to make a much stronger, longer lasting relationship.
Totally agree. You're hitting the head.
And on that note, gentlemen, I've got to say goodnight myself, and it's so great to see the attendance growing every week, and my hat's off to you and Kareem with the job you're doing.
Thank you so much. All right, you have a good sleep, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Talking about scripts, guys, in my business, scripts is like a must. And I know them, but you know what? Sometimes you got to go off script.
Oh, of course you do.
You go into a client's house and you're applying for the job to sell it. You know, sometimes they want to just know the bare bones, and sometimes they want the whole thing. And you just play it by ear. My very first presentation, I was nervous as can be.
Of course.
And I'm used to talking to people, but it was a whole different world. Now I can do it in my sleep.
Awesome.
So yeah, so it's good that scripts are good. God knows we do a lot of them at work, and we always practice. So that's a good thing to do.
I think they have their place. I mean, they have their place. They have their usefulness. They have their application. But like you were saying, it's important to be able to mix the two together. So you still have the you factor, and then you still have the script, like you were saying.
Yeah, you don't want to like completely go like, hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? This isn't saying don't go off completely on perfection. You don't want to mess up your website. You don't want to screw up your script. You don't want to do a bad job. But you can't aim to be that robot and be like, okay, it's off script. What do I say now? What do I do? And that's an interesting one because it brings into the fourth point, not giving yourself time to take breaks. Because that's when I notice when I get into that perfection mode. I didn't give myself a break, so I have to trudge on and crush everything. But what happens is my work quality goes down, and then I get more tired, more frustrated, and I don't get as much done. As when I said, okay, I'm going to take a 10-minute break here and go do something, check on my birds. And I want to ask you guys, is there a way you manage your breaks or then space out your breaks in time with what you're doing so you can make sure, this goes to the first question a little bit too, that you're good?
I like to play with my cats. I think that whenever I go and take a break, I go outside on the deck, and I might deck, and I just like spending a lot of time with them. And they're great because you can always watch a cat and be interested, especially when they're outside and they're looking around at the sky, and you can see them pick up on things that you can't hear. They'll see something that you can't see, and they're very, very interesting animals, very smart. And I know if I let mine go, they'd kill every bird in the neighborhood. So I'm really glad that I don't let them run around on their own. That and it's just too dangerous for them to be outside without me. So that's what I like to do. I like to go outside and chill out with my cats with a beer, and then come back to my work.
Yeah, that's good.